All you pilots out there listening to the radio on your planes as you coast across the Japanese shores on your little Shinden fighters. Alert! Big news.
Alert, emergency.
Guys, this is an emergency Podzilla service announcement. Coming in incredibly fast and on top of the ball, might I say, by your favorite co-hosts, Micah and
Jasher.
Oh.
We're back so soon. I feel like when we recorded Chibi Godzilla last weekend, we didn't even have any idea that this was coming out.
No. And the TTU, the time to upload, is less than 12 hours from when the new Godzilla Minus Zero teaser trailer has been released on YouTube.
That's it. Almost a surprise release, I think, for a lot of people. For me, definitely. But CinemaCon, big cinema convention in the States, has been ongoing the last few days. And Takashi Yamazaki was a presenter, presenting a few things at CinemaCon, one of which being our first sneak peek at Godzilla Minus Zero.
Now, I've heard a few different things from CinemaCon. Off the top of my head, Jacksepticeye's making a Bloodborne movie.
Weird.
I'm all for it.
There was a joke, because Markiplier made Iron Lung.
Yes.
There was something going around Twitter for ages, and it was a joke that was Jacksepticeye is developing Blood Meridian, which is this like famously
Cormac McCarthy
famous book that only book nerds read. There was it was a joke that he was going to adapt something, and now Jacksepticeye is making a movie because Markiplier did, and now he's actually making a movie. A Bloodborne movie.
On a better franchise, a better game, might I add.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else apart from the casting announcement for The Hunt for Gollum, the new Lord of the Rings movie, directed by Andy Serkis.
Aragorn recast
as Jamie Dornan.
Jamie Dornan?
I've seen one thing with him in
50 Shades Darker?
50 Shades Freed, actually.
That's the one you saw. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. The couple live action Lord of the Rings movies are going to be getting in the next few years. I actually have a list of CinemaCon announcements we can go through at the end. I think, first off, the reason everyone's here, the reason you came over tonight, Micah, is to play Magic the Gathering later. But also,
that's true,
so that we can break down the 45-second Godzilla Minus Zero teaser. I keep forgetting how close this movie is. It's coming out 6th of November, very soon.
Shoot, yeah.
We're nearly in May already.
This year has flown by almost like a Shinden fighter, some might say. I was really excited for this. I intentionally didn't watch it this morning, and then on my lunch break, I opened it up. I saw the thumbnail of what I thought was Godzilla with just smoke pouring out of every pore. It's actually water, but it looks just great. It's so cool to see new visuals of Minus Goji again.
I thought the same thing. I think I saw it first, and it almost looked anime-like it was Luffy going like Gear 3, whatever Luffy does in One Piece.
Yeah.
Smoke, steam billowing out of him.
I opened the comments, and the first thing I saw was someone saying, like, it's crazy how 10 seconds of a teaser is enough to genuinely get the Godzilla fans excited, and it paid off. Everybody's stoked for it.
Yeah, no one was sure what they were going to show, because famously, a lot of people stayed up for their original Godzilla Minus Zero announcement, and they had like a YouTube timer and everything, and I believe it was just a title reveal.
Yeah, I remember being in a different city on like a snowboarding trip and staying up until like 4 a.m. just to see a title drop.
Trying to reveal a poster that's clouds and a logo. But this is actually pretty decent. It's very short. There's only a few shots, but at least it confirms some things that a lot of us are wondering about after Minus One.
Yeah, I think a lot of us had big questions on like, this is a new Godzilla iteration. There are so many directions you can take with a sequel going off of a really like Oscar-winning movie. That was the first one.
Oscar-winning Godzilla's
crazy to say, crazy.
Oscar-winning franchise.
A lot of us were, wondering, are we going to have a classic Godzilla sequel where it's Godzilla versus another monster? Is it just going to be Godzilla again? And this answers some of those questions and leaves us with a lot of really interesting questions going forward as well.
Yeah. So apparently those who are at CinemaCon were treated to Takashi Yamazaki himself, talking a little bit about the movie. And what he said was this: the journey from minus to zero will not be an easy one. Right now, we are pouring all of our technology into this new story of desperation and hope to theaters around the world. In -1, post-war Japan was flattened by Godzilla's attacks. People struggled to rise again. But in this new film, an even deeper desperation will descend upon Japan and the Shikishima family. Shikishima is going to go through even more of a ringer this time around. Even more desperation in that man's face. Even more heartbreaking scream.
Yeah.
But at least that confirmed, and the trailer confirmed as well, that we are getting returning cast. That was never a 100% deal. So Shikishima's back. His family are back. Noriko and Akiko. It is going to be a true continuation of that story. Same themes, same characters. It was also revealed that this is going to be the first ever live action Japanese film filmed with IMAX cameras.
Oh, that's fun.
Made for IMAX, Micah?
That's great.
Can you just imagine the future, November this year? Us watching IMAX Godzilla?
It's going to be great.
I can't wait.
One of the questions that was lingering from last movie at the end as almost a little stinger going forward was we saw Noriko seemingly infected with some remnant of Godzilla or a mutation, a little black blob on her neck. We see in this movie she's still wearing the eye patch from the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting another one-eyed protag. Love to see it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Just a new Serizawa almost.
The new Serizawa, that the legacy continues on. Yeah, because what were the cliffhangers at the end of the last movie? It's been a while since I've watched it. I'm due for a rewatch, but it was that.
It was seeing Godzilla's beating heart underneath the waves.
And that he's regrowing in some way after that last battle. Should we just go straight into it? I mean, it's very quick, but we can go scene by scene.
Yeah, please.
Discuss each one maybe a little bit.
Do you want to scene, discuss, or the entire thing and then go back through it?
Should we scene discuss?
Yeah.
Should we scene?
Let's scene discuss.
Let's scene discuss.
Oh, don't tell me the good time.
The teaser opens with like a flyover shot of a ruined city, destroyed, a clock tower. And we hear an English voiceover saying, if their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it.
If their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it.
This threw me for a loop. I thought I was seeing a fan dub.
I also thought it was because YouTube's doing new technology that it auto dubs things.
That's weird.
Was it? What was that show we were talking about last episode? The new Godzilla toy show, Godziburst. I checked out a few Godziburst episodes and it was auto dubbing all the voices, and it was so bad. But I almost thought that was this because it's English voiceover. And I confirmed in the Japanese version of the trailer, it's still English voiceover, so it's American speaking. But it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest accent or pronunciation or line delivery. So I'm glad at least that we're following the American, the Godzilla American characters not being the best actors potentially.
It's not a Godzilla movie if they don't botch every word they say.
Exactly. But I think as well, looking at kind of this destroyed city, it is potentially the remnants of, is it Ginza?
We probably should know this.
I think it's Ginza. It's where Noriko goes to work in Godzilla -1, and it's the big Godzilla attack on the city.
Yes.
Looked like the same place. So
yeah, same clock tower. That was a big part of the trailers and the entire movie.
I know. It almost was like seeing the Godzilla -1 trailers again. And I mean, what do you make of if their operation fails, maybe we'll finally get to use it?
Ooh.
It's very interesting. Americans talking about
I wonder what
Japan's attack to bring Godzilla down.
The next scene makes it a bit more clear.
2 years have passed. We're in 1949 now, not 1947. And then, the voice continues, abort third drop, repeat, abort third drop. And we're over the shoulder seeing someone looking at a folder that includes a photo of the closing scene of -1.
Abort third drop. Repeat. Abort third drop.
Ships in the water. Godzilla in the middle of them. A plane flying over. Godzilla's circled saying he's a target. And then we kind of cut into the photograph and we actually go to black and white footage, beams of light coming out of the water. It is the final scene of -1. So I guess it's just confirming that there were more eyes on that plan, that plan of theirs to bring Godzilla down than we expected. Because if I remember back to the movie, it's kind of the people of Japan need to band together to come up with this plan to bring Godzilla down. It's not the military, because they don't have the military support and they're really not doing anything.
Yeah, we see the entire invasion of Godzilla on such a microcosmic scale that it is quite jarring that we don't see really any scenes from the perspective of the government or the military. And it makes so much sense that other nations in the world are aware of Godzilla, but because of the small focus on our characters and their hometown, you just don't think about that at all.
Yeah.
But seeing this, it's like, yeah, of course America is prepping potential nukes for this monster that's overseas.
Yeah, it sounds like they'd planned for, if the plan hadn't worked, to, what do they do? Deflate Godzilla and then inflate him up to the surface again?
I haven't seen the movie since the cinemas.
Have you not seen it? I've seen it once.
I've only seen it once.
I've seen it 3 or 4 times.
And I figured just how funny that scheme is. It's great. Yeah.
So it seems like, yeah, if they had actually failed that, Americans were watching and they were just going to bomb Japan again to try and get rid of Godzilla.
Potentially without telling them, which is the crazy thing.
Yeah, which is unreal. Then we get the words, a new threat, which is maybe the most interesting part of this trailer. A new threat, which one would think, Godzilla's not new. Same old, same old. We've seen Godzilla. We watched -1. And then we cut to Noriko, who's comforting the sleeping Akiko, their adopted daughter. And just like you were saying earlier, she's got an eye patch over one eye. She's crying. I'm really intrigued what she's going to be like, because we don't see any signs of the infection or an infected version of her. So I'm wondering if she's going to be hiding that, or I guess 2 years on, she just looks normal. So
yeah, I mean, we don't know the ramifications of what happened at all. It could be, hey, this is almost like a cancer and you're slowly going to die. It could be like a lot of people were throwing around, she's going to mutate herself into a Godzilla-like creature. It could be anything at this point.
We'll get to theories soon. I got some theories, Micah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the little rabbit plush toy that Akiko is holding? I mean, it's a direct cut from a new threat to her sleeping with a rabbit toy.
New rabbit kaiju?
Rabbit kaiju? Rabbit kaiju? Do you think so?
There has to be one. That's absolutely an Ultraman villain.
Yeah. A million rabbit kaiju in Ultraman already. And then we get the words approaches, so a new threat approaches. Then we cut to our old friend Shikishima. He is screaming and crying once more, flying through the sky in completely new footage. And this is my favorite part of the teaser and the most intriguing. And it seems like the most they're tipping showing their hand a little bit as to the direction of the movie. But he is flying through a field of buildings and debris and rubble that is floating in the sky with some sort of electric gravitational force around it.
Yeah, some blue aura glow that's holding it all up. It looks sick. As soon as I saw this image, it filled me with so much joy for the fact that, hey, they're slowly going to start adding some supernatural, not in the way of like ghosts, but in the way of like, hey, more crazy powers and crazy events just going on.
Not as grounded as the last one was.
Yeah.
Even though it's about a giant kaiju, it was pretty like...
Well, I think that's what we all loved about -1 is that it towed that line really, really well. And I've got faith that they'll toe that line again, but seeing him try do some barrel rolls through some blue debris.
I'm just blown away as well with not showing us new monsters or anything and just kind of showing us that Shikishima and his family going up against Godzilla. Yeah. They're still able to show us something new. Like we've never seen someone like interacting with a landscape like that. It just looked cool.
And the fact that we've had like so many, Godzilla is a franchise that isn't... It's had a lot of like pilots and a lot of planes in them. We've never really had some crazy pilot. We haven't had a lot of crazy pilot fights.
The odd movie again, Godzilla raids again.
Yeah, those
And then we get a lot of like the pilots of Mechagodzilla and the Super X's.
X1, X2, X3.
Yeah, but you're right. I guess like a continuing pilot character that's able to interact with scenes in the air is pretty fun.
I like it.
Yeah, it's very cool. The next scene, we get a quick shot of buildings or some of that rubble that I guess was in the air dropping into a street, and some people are running away from it. And then another just insane shot for them to show us that this early is we see a plane taking off from the ocean, and Godzilla bursts out of the water behind it. He's huge. He's bulkier. He's spikier.
Potentially blacker.
More scutes. More dorsal plates. He's got like shoulder scutes now. Do you see these shoulder scutes?
Yeah, a lot of shoulder scoots.
Very cool.
Which leads to a theory that we can talk about shortly.
Hey.
But then we see the -0 title card.
G-0?
G-0.
And then, yeah, the final scene,
Jasher, this final shot.
Godzilla stomping on by the Statue of Liberty.
It's so great. It's shot from the angle looking up at the Statue of Liberty, which instantly Godzilla is in America. Oh no. But it looks as if he's going to pass underneath it, and then he slowly walks behind it, and we see that he is just ginormous in size.
Way bigger than it.
The way that people have mathed it out.
Oh, people are already onto the math?
People are mathing this out, Jasher.
What was also very interesting about the shot is they show us like a bigger, spikier, more overpowered looking Godzilla, and then they cut to this Godzilla next to the Statue of Liberty, which just looks almost identical to the one we saw in -1, not as powered up as the one we just saw seconds ago.
So the Statue of Liberty is 93 meters tall.
Okay.
Which this shot almost instantly shows us that this iteration of Minus Goji, whether it's the same one, whether it's an offspring, whether it's a mutation, is at least twice the size of the last one.
Oh.
And it's interesting because in that shot we see of the plane taking off from the water, it's again hard to tell, but with that one with a bunch of the spikes on its shoulders and then the difference in size of this one, crazy theory, could be looking at 2 Godzillas.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like there are a few still prevalent theories and a few that are still in my head after watching this. When I saw the lightning and the like gravitational powers, I think Ghidorah a little bit. I think he's probably the only one that comes to mind when I'm thinking about kind of that lightning-like attacks. But then it kind of just looked like Godzilla's atomic breath and atomic energy. So I don't know. But then there's always the Takashi Yamazaki directed that Godzilla the Ride short film, and he's designed Ghidorah, and the Godzilla design from that short film actually was just brought seamlessly into a movie.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's been asking and clamoring for new monsters, and they've definitely, Toho would have seen that.
The only other monster I could think of would be Space Godzilla, but then with Godzilla Supernova.
Imagine that.
Isn't that funny? That would be 2 Space Godzilla movies coming out at once. But I don't know. There's something about this trailer which kind of just leads me to believe that they're sticking with just Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. And also from this trailer, I don't think I'd mind that.
Yeah.
Like, I was definitely team bringing a new monster. Let's get him fight something. Let's get some new designs. Let's bring some Toho monsters back. But then seeing even just how this seems to be doubling down on the themes of the last one and bringing Godzilla back, but making him scarier and bringing more horror into Shikishima's family and expanding on Godzilla's powers and taking him wider than Japan. That feels like already enough of a scale up for a sequel.
Because we haven't really had, going through the Showa, Millennium, Reiwa, all these different eras, we've never had a consistent Godzilla timeline. I don't believe, apart from standalone movies, where it has just been humanity versus Godzilla again and again and again without any outside extra threats.
Yeah, I mean, Godzilla 1998, but then in the animated show, yeah, you're right. Just anything that feels like it's going to be more grounded on one creature ends up expanding into crazy amounts of monsters and kaiju.
Especially with Godzilla potentially doubling in size here, it's just cool to see, hey, the threat of Godzilla hasn't subsided. He is just as powerful and bone chilling as ever. And just what year was this in?
I think this takes place in 1949. The last one was 1947.
Was World War II still going on in 1949, Jasher?
I think. I don't think so. I think.
War to end?
I think it ended in 45.
45.
Yeah.
So this is after World War II is finished.
The previous movie was after World War II.
History and geography are my least strong suits. But yeah, especially without like a huge military threat, like it's doubling down on the ramifications of, hey, PTSD, but again.
And way worse and wider than just the small town or
like
few cities.
It almost echoes the whole thing about PTSD is that it doesn't really go away and it just keeps on coming back.
And you're so right. Yeah, we had the original Godzilla in the Showa era, and the Heisei, we had Return of Godzilla. In Legendary, we had not even a standalone in the Legendary ones. We already had the Mutos in Godzilla 2014. There was the 1998 one, which I think was the last time he was in New York. Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
I think it'll be cool.
I am team. I think I've turned. I'm team. Give me just solo Godzilla for the Minus movies.
Who was the president during? Who was the US president?
Don't ask those questions and out our terrible knowledge of American history, Micah.
I don't think it's shameful to not know the US president of 1945.
I'm supposed to be a guy who knows the Mount Rushmore, Micah. Was Mount Rushmore was it built by now?
Sure. Franklin D. Roosevelt and Harry S. Truman.
Roosevelt.
Finally getting Roosevelt in a Godzilla movie.
Finally
Just
getting
like we've all been clamoring
Robin
for.
Williams. Was he Roosevelt in Night at the Museum?
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. That
Rest
could be
in
huge.
peace.
I mean, the other theory, and the one that kind of fits more because we do see different Godzilla designs in this trailer alone is the potential for them to be multiple Godzillas. Maybe a bigger and scarier one that's reforming from the remains of the previous one in Japan while we get similar Godzillas or monsters or offspring or brothers, fathers, uncles, cousins that are popping up around the rest of the country.
The entire Godzilla extended family.
Or it could just be out of order, that straight after Japan, maybe that American attack happens midway through the movie, and then maybe it's at the very end where he ramps up.
Who knows? I mean, this is the other thing as well, is that the team behind these Godzilla stuff know what they're doing. They're not gonna show their hand and show us a new monster for the first teaser of the movie that they're releasing.
That's the thing. And also the team, the director, everyone is so ingrained in the VFX that any of these shots could just be completely fake. Like that Statue of Liberty shot at the end, the Godzilla design could be completely different. Maybe it's a different monster. Maybe it's not actually Godzilla in the finished shot.
I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're like Marvel.
You don't think so?
I don't think they're like Marvel. But I do, like, if there is a monster, they wouldn't have shown it. They would very intentionally be showing the things that give the least amount away for the movie.
Yeah.
But even what we've got, like the return of Godzilla, potentially more, at least one of a bigger size, some crazy blue glow levitation radiation.
Place your bets right now, Micah. Are you team Ghidorah, different monster, multiple Godzillas, or one Godzilla?
Heck, one Godzilla.
I think I'm team one Godzilla too, and I'm not upset about it.
I saw someone online saying, hey, they were talking about the third drop or whatever. How cool would it be if Japan knew where the remains of Godzilla was, just repeatedly tried to nuke it again and again, drop bombs on it, knowing that it was regenerating. And in doing so, they've just helped it grow to insurmountable power levels.
It's my favorite part of Project Hail Mary that they didn't cover in the movie, where they experiment on the astrophage. I'm going off track, but they're experimenting on the astrophage, the alien like parasite, and they are trying to make it survive in a different atmosphere. And every time they like keep forcing it to adapt to it, it gets stronger and stronger until it actually can survive almost anywhere in that atmosphere and can actually break out of the cage it's in and just get accidentally way stronger. And I think that would be cool, like Godzilla reforming around the nukes and growing to be just bigger and better and more invulnerable would be crazy.
Yeah. We say nukes. I don't think they're nukes. Just normal bombs. But
normal bombs? You don't think they go on atomic?
Hey, Godzilla's heart is reforming. Nuke it.
Is a nuclear bomb and an atomic bomb the same thing?
I think they're the same thing.
Same thing. My final question was, because -1 did so well, and Takashi Yamazaki is just blown up in the movie space, and I feel like I heard he was asked he had a meeting with Disney about potential
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars projects, and he's got a new movie that we'll talk about soon on top of Minus Zero. And because it just got so many like American fans, I feel like Nick Cage was pronouncing his love for Godzilla. I feel like Tom Cruise said he loved the movie. Like people saw this and loved it. And it looks like a lot of the chunk of this movie might be based around America. Do you feel like we're going to get some big named American actors? Is that a possibility? Familiar American
Ooh.
faces? English actors?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Nick Cage popping in as like a...
As Roosevelt.
yeah. Nick Cage as President Roosevelt. Could it happen?
I don't know. I feel like there's something about lower level actors that makes it feel more realistic. Can you imagine if Tom Cruise just pops up in your Godzilla movie in the last moment?
Hey, I'd be all there. We have some messages sent in from our listeners on their theories, their questions, their things they wanted us to discuss. Micah, do you want to do the honors? Reading through the list.
Oh, it's been a while. We've got Repod Reptiles mailing in, long time no see Podzilla fam. The trailer is pretty interesting despite how short it is. Really want to know the American side of things, since A, it seems like they almost bombed Japan a third time if Operation Watatsumi did not succeed, and B, that end shot of Godzilla walking past the Statue of Liberty. Godzilla's new design is pretty cool, pretty nice. It retains a good amount of -1's original design with some real edgy design decisions, like 5 rows of dorsal plates and the shoulder spines too. I can't wait to see him in full. And finally, we get that mysterious shot of Shikishima flying through a debris field in the sky from some anti-gravity energy. Is it a new move from Godzilla? Is it Ghidorah, a new monster? Or is it just a dream sequence? If you know, you know.
Whoa, that's the other option.
We didn't think about it. Guess we'll all see these things sooner rather than later. It's always been a pleasure, gentlemen. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with America. I think that'll be like, as we didn't see Shikishima with his family at all. What if Shikishima's shipped out to the States to help them combat Godzilla over there and he leaves his family behind? Anything could happen.
Do you think we'll see the statue destroyed?
In that trailer, Godzilla didn't really seem to care. He just
beneath
waltzing
him.
by it, yeah.
Metaphorically and literally. We've got Rich from the wrap-up show. New threats, I like that. Did Micah make a stop at the clubhouse for the mid-trailer nap society?
Oh.
Not to be confused with the mid-movie, mid-game, mid-nap, and mid-work shift nap societies. Mid-nap, nap society. Yeah, much love. Wrap-up numero dos. I will say, at work I watched this trailer in the first 5 minutes of my 30-minute lunch break. I ate my lunch, napped for the last 10 minutes.
You're napping during your daytime work shifts.
Yeah.
Right after watching a 45-second Godzilla trailer got you sleepy.
Dude, it was a lot for me.
That is the bit that's making me think, is that promise, I guess, in the trailer of new threats.
Yeah.
Like, surely new threats
New
isn't just
threats.
Godzilla again. Maybe it is.
Does it say new threats?
It says new threats. New threat. A new threat.
A new threat.
Yeah.
It's a new Godzilla.
Yeah, you're right.
We've got Obscure writing in to say, ranked in order of what I want to happen. 1, Godzilla arriving in New York is the midpoint or close to it rather than the finale sequence.
That'd be cool.
I like that. 2, another monster appears and it's Hedorah based on the flying debris.
Oh.
Flying debris.
There was no slime on that flying debris, Obscure. There was no cat covered in oil that I saw. There was the rabbit toy, but it wasn't covered in oil.
We will see it covered in oil. Just you wait. 3, Godzilla versus Cloverfield. Yeah, I'm wondering if we're ever going to get into the realm soon of Godzilla crossover movies, because especially after Takashi's interview he had with, I think it was Kevin Feige. I think it was about Marvel movies, but they talked about their love for Star Wars.
Oh.
I don't know if they were talking about a potential Godzilla versus Avengers movie.
I don't see that ever happening. I mean, that'd be cool, but I
think it's one of those things that it's like better left for fanfic territory.
It was still just so interesting how
Comics.
close it sounded like we got to a Godzilla Pacific Rim movie.
Yeah.
Like, we were close in the 2010s there. There were talks and people were planning to make that happen, but it just fell through.
Cloverfield, though.
That'd be so cool.
We've got Frogurt writing in. Hi, Jasher and Micah. Frogurt here. I just wanted to throw in my thoughts on the Minus Zero teaser. I think it looks great and I can't wait for it. Godzilla has a new look with spikes on his shoulders like a 90s superhero and is seemingly ready to attack New York. Maybe he'll succeed where Tuna Head didn't. Who's Tuna Head, Jasher?
I don't know. Who's Tuna Head? Is that Godzilla 1998? Is that Zilla? Does he have a
That might be
tuna
Zilla.
head? He does have a chin. Do tuna have pronounced chins?
I'm going to say yes. The only thing I'm super puzzled by is what seems like floating debris Shikishima is flying through, almost like there's no gravity. Maybe due to gravity beams? Anyway, it looks great, and I can't wait for it. Hope you two are doing well. I shall return to the Frogurt hut now.
The Frogurt hut. Thanks, Fro. Yeah, the design looks crazy. I saw people posting like the similarities between that and Super Godzilla from like some of the games, like spikier, bigger.
Yeah.
He definitely looks more of like an anime type Power Rangers-esque big like power up, which I love.
I love it. We've got Violet Miller writing in saying, Beefy Godzilla looks amazing, and I truly hope we're getting an evolution of Godzilla and not two Godzillas, as some seem to be theorizing. I'm solidly in the It's Ghidorah camp, but the clouds from the first poster match the blue in the trailer, so I don't think there was any color changing done to hide the antagonist. I'm cautiously optimistic about the leaning into a less grounded world, though it's sort of inevitable for a Godzilla series. Anyways, I'll be spinning Monster Zero by King Ghidorah, MF Doom until November. And thanks for the great show.
What was I even talking about? Ghidorah's powers are always yellow. Why was I saying like the blue almost worked?
I think blue was the
Does he have electric?
King of the Monsters?
I guess that was just the theme. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up.
It's hard. We've got a lot of iterations.
Oh my goodness. But hey, the VFX team could have swapped. What if the gravity field energy is yellow?
What if it was actually pink?
What if they changed the hue?
What if it was white and Shimo was returning?
What if it was green slime and it's Hedorah?
What if it's green slime and it's Slimer from the Ghostbusters series?
I'd be there.
We've got Nolan writing in. Hi, Drake Bros. Love the podcast. After watching the new teaser trailer, I have a few speculations about the new film. The roar during the cut to black sounds like Godzilla, but I also hear a totally different kaiju. Maybe Kong, Anguirus, or even Mechagodzilla, but it doesn't sound like Mothra to me. When Godzilla is around the Statue of Liberty, it looks very much like there is another kaiju that Godzilla is looking at. There is also something about using something which I suspect has something to do, three somethings, with either the Oxygen Destroyer or Mechagodzilla.
I don't see that.
It's hard because I don't think Mechagodzilla would be even viable in this era of movie.
I don't even feel like Kong or Mothra or anyone would fit. Can you play that back? Can we listen to the roar right now? I think it's when the last logo first pops up.
Can we watch to see if Godzilla is staring down another kaiju?
No, ears to the speaker. I mean, it just sounded like a Godzilla roar to me.
I could hear a little bit of the old Ghidorah screech effect in there.
I didn't hear the bitty 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 bitty. And I think he's just waltzing into New York. I don't know.
I think he's just checking out Broadway. I think he's going to see the Spider-Man
Into the Dark or whatever.
Light Up the Dark musical.
Light Up the Dark. Good theories, Nolan. I'm not sure I'm 100%. I don't see any signs of the Oxygen Destroyer or anything like that. I don't think they'd retread that ground.
We've also got Matt Cross, legend.
Our
writing
cousin,
in.
Matt.
Seems like Godzilla spent the past 2 years, pumping iron and slamming protein shakes. My boy is massive.
Yeah.
Can't wait to catch it in Auckland in full IMAX with you guys. Oh.
Oh.
I think Micah can find the time in his busy schedule. Matt, we'll keep in touch.
Micah, can we book you in for November 6th right now, or is that too late notice? Too late notice for you?
Sorry. Just got my roster for November.
Oh, well. Yeah, I guess we're going to try and do what we did for the last one and see if we can score some tickets to the New Zealand premiere. So we might have to ask for a seat for you, Matt. Keep in touch. Yeah, those are all our messages. But I did want to quickly touch on the other announcement that Takashi Yamazaki had, which was that he's directing an English movie called Grand Gear.
Grand Gear?
Grand Gear.
Is this based off anything?
I don't think so. An original movie produced by J.J. Abrams. He's making it for Sony. It is his English language debut. It is going to be coming out on February 18th, 2028. They haven't even started filming it yet, so a little while away. But apparently those who went to CinemaCon saw a little sizzle reel, and it included flashes of menacing-looking kaiju robots fighting in a city.
Yeah, I'm looking up little online bits about it, and it just says that the pitch that everybody has been talking about afterwards is mecha versus kaiju, which I think alone should be enough to quell any thoughts of Mecha Godzilla being in this iteration of Godzilla movie at the moment.
What if it's secretly just a code name for the next Godzilla movie?
Unless that happened, hey.
What if, because J.J. Abrams famously produces the Cloverfield movies, what if it's a secret Cloverfield movie?
We're getting Americans in the new Godzilla movie. What if it's classic American Charlie Day from the hit series Pacific Rim?
Okay, I can see it happening. I'm excited. It seems like Yamazaki is just making movies now consistently and making some English stuff, which is cool. I do feel worried for the guy because I've been seeing the Godzilla socials, and he pops up every once in a while holding a Godzilla action figure, and he's like, "We are making Godzilla Minus Zero. It is really hard work, but we're making it, and we're powering through."
Buddy.
And now he's on stage announcing multiple movies, and he's in talks for multiple other movies.
The guy just loves movies.
I fear for his well-being. Stay safe out there, Takashi.
Oh,
I guess that's us for like Godzilla stuff, Takashi Yamazaki stuff. As we finish out the Podzilla season, we've got a couple more episodes left, but we will be watching Takashi Yamazaki's Always Sunset on 3rd Street trilogy, which I'm excited for. We're going to be like catching all his big time movies, seeing his Godzilla design in that one as well, and what he did with that destruction sequence, which is the dream sequence that was mentioned by our listeners. So I'm excited. I'm excited to watch those and just get ready for Minus Zero. I'm sure we'll get more trailers and more teasers in the months to come. But I'm excited, man. This got me really excited. Again, it just feels like we're getting something fresh still.
Yeah.
Even though it's so similar, even though it's a continuation, they're just reinventing it and showing us cool visuals and situations with characters we love.
With this, Supernova on the way and Chibi Godzilla still coming out fairly regularly.
And Godzilla Burst.
And Godzilla Burst. We're in the golden era, truly.
Yeah, we are. I thought it'd be fun just to quickly go through the other CinemaCon news, just real quickly.
Yeah,
I got
sure.
bullets. Mikey, can I get your reactions to each of these news bits?
Live reactions.
Rating out of 5, how excited you are.
Out of 5.
1 to 5.
What's that?
1 to 5. Out of 100? Okay, out of 100. Out of 100. Hunt for Gollum, like you talked about. Andy Serkis is back as Gollum. Ian McKellen is back as Gandalf.
Out of 5. We'll go out of 5. 3 out of 5. I feel like I'm ho-hum on this. I'm actually far more excited for Stephen Colbert's.
Colbert? I think it's Colbert.
Colbert.
His Hobbit movie?
His Hobbit movie than I am for Hunt for Gollum.
What do you think of, I mean, we said it, Jamie Dornan as Aragorn? Yay or nay?
I have seen one movie with him in
50 Shades Freed. We talked about it.
Synchronic,
No, yeah, it was
which was a good movie.
Synchronic, you remember?
I remember next to nothing about him.
Dune 3.
Oh, I knew that was coming out. I haven't seen the trailer.
Excitement levels, please.
We'll 2 out of 5, but we'll get better once I read the books and watch the movies.
Apparently at CinemaCon they were treated to a scene that was described as the Normandy beach scene from Saving Private Ryan, but on an alien planet.
I have no frame of reference for that comment.
I watched Saving Private Ryan 2 weeks ago, and the Normandy beach scene is insane. Best part of the movie, most realistic war scene I've seen in anything. Blood, body parts, body counts. Like it's just crazy.
Body
and surreal.
counts?
Dude. Tom Hanks and his body counts in that movie. Dude. No, that excites me. Dune 3. I'm really excited for Dune 3. We got some Spider-Man stuff. First off, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Micah.
Yeah, we saw some. Was this where the posters were released?
Yeah, I think we just got 2 new posters, and they showed some footage at the CinemaCon. What do you think of the posters? Spider-Man with MJ in his eye, and then him facing some ninjas.
Very Raimi-esque. People like the posters. I'm on the ninjas, on the hand.
I'm on the posters. We haven't had good what happened to good poster design?
Posters in a long time.
Good Marvel poster design. The Daredevil Born Again Season 2 poster. Have you seen that one when he's in his black suit and it's raining red on him?
Yeah.
That's good poster design.
Come on. Marvel TV knows what they're doing.
John Bernthal's face squished into the camera. That's good.
The Punisher, one day more, one final kill, one last kill.
Yeah,
that looks good.
Excitement for Spider-Man Brand New Day?
3.
Wow, yeah, Mike is not excited. We got Beyond the Spider-Verse stills. Did you see these?
I'm 3.5 of these.
3.5?
I forgot this. I forgot these movies were a thing.
The last one came out a long time ago. Yeah, we got some stills of Spider-Punk and alternate versions of Miles Morales' dad and uncle. What was interesting is the stills that were posted online are an IMAX ratio. Yes. And it seems like they were designed to fit that ratio. And people are like, hey, these aren't easy stills to crop down to normal widescreen cinema size. So people are wondering if maybe they will just show it in the big ratio in theaters, which I think everyone should do. I think we should just change our theaters to make it the bigger screen size.
It's when they travel to the IMAX dimension.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably right.
No, I agree. IMAX theaters should be more prevalent in the world.
Gee, we've only got one in New Zealand. That's rough.
That's where we saw Godzilla Minus One.
We were going to see Minus Zero. Get ready. Resident Evil got a logo. Mike, I got a logo.
The movie.
The new Resident Evil movie.
I heard people saying that the movie... because what was the director saying?
Zach Krager. It had like first preview screenings, and the talk on the street was that it's 90 minutes of pure adrenaline. And one person described it as a horror version of Mad Max Fury Road.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
More 90-minute movies of just crazy stuff happening.
Because I think the new Resident Evil movie game came out very recently. And one of the things that the director, Zach, ended up saying was that he wanted to make a movie that is separate from the game storyline so it could feasibly be set within the game universe.
That's cool.
Which is cool, but then at the same time means you're getting like no crazy arcs or story from the games. So
it's probably the best way to do it to least piss off fans. Yeah. Like a Monster Hunter adapting World, but really badly, and like Super Mario adapting Mario Galaxy, but not too well. Like, it's probably the best way to do it.
Just make a Mario Galaxy movie, but about characters who have nothing to do with Mario, so that it can be set within the game.
Yeah. I'm on Team Zach. I thought Barbarian was okay. I really enjoyed Weapons.
Oh, I forget this is the Weapons dude. Yeah. He'll be good.
Excitement?
Higher now.
Higher.
3.5.
3. Whoa, that's the highest you've rated things yet. Supergirl got a trailer that we haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure there's already been a Supergirl trailer.
I haven't even seen the last one.
Micah, I'll take over 1 out of 5 for Supergirl. I loved Superman. I don't know.
Do you know what the plot of the movie is?
Her going up against Lobo.
It's Lobo apparently. What's his name? Superdog? What?
Crypto.
Crypto gets injected or shot with something, so he has 3 days to live, and she has 3 days to find an antidote.
Maybe I'm a 2. I have faith in James Gunn. I have faith.
Faith in the gun.
I've got hashtag faith in the gun.
Shot from the gun.
Shot from the gun. I like the latest season of Peacemaker. I don't know. Supergirl's just not really getting me going at the moment.
Hashtag gun firing on all cylinders.
Clayface got a trailer. I think I saw somewhere that's been pushed back till April next year.
Do we know who's playing Clayface?
I think so. He's not a well-known actor. Your excitement for Clayface?
1.
Your excitement for Supergirl?
1.5.
Your excitement for Man of Tomorrow, which was announced to start shooting next week?
2. Which is funny because I really loved the first movie.
Mike is down on DC,
I feel like I'm not the person to get really excited about teasers.
Yeah. Or logos or announcements that things are starting to
There's that one super fan who just lives off seeing logo reveals.
There'll be YouTube videos right now of Resident Evil logo breakdown. I might check it out after this. I'm that guy. It was announced that we're getting a new Longlegs movie starring Nick Cage.
No, we're not.
Yeah. That was announced at CinemaCon. And he died.
Oh.
Spoilers, but he dies in that movie. So I guess we're getting like
a Weapons-style prequel to
previous history of Longlegs and his little skimming, singing stuff that he does.
That's actually quite exciting.
That's probably
yeah, that's up there with.
That's probably the most exciting thing on this list. Even though I didn't love Longlegs, I'm like, Nick Cage.
More of him as that character is great.
Yeah, it's so good. We mentioned it, but Bloodborne, Jacksepticeye.
I need to play that game ASAP.
Me too. Is it on Steam now? No.
Nah, PlayStation exclusive.
Lame. Studio Canal took to the stage and they announced that they are working on 2 remakes. A remake of John Carpenter's Escape from New York with Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken, but I don't think Kurt Russell's going to be back.
Okay.
And new remake of The Howling.
What's The Howling?
The Howling, Micah, was a werewolf series that I watched all 8 movies of last year. And I read the books. I read all 3 books. I've been Howling obsessed, and I did not know they're making a new Howling movie. And I'm excited because I read that book, and it was nothing like any of the movies. And I think in my Goodreads review, I was like, please one day, can they remake this, but make it like the book? I
feel like I'm pretty tuned into maybe not what you're watching, but at least what you're reading. I did not know you read these.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on the show. That
probably.
was Micah's mid-episode nap society.
We've probably shared our social security numbers on the show, and I've just forgotten it.
Shared everything. Your excitement for Escape from New York?
0.
Your excitement for The Howling?
-1.
Okay. Warner Brothers, lastly, just announced a whole lot of movies that they're working on.
Okay.
I don't have any information for any of these, but if I'll just say the name, you give me...
I don't know any of the movies, but they just announced them.
Some of these are nothing to me, but I'll say the name, you give me a 1 to 5. Animal Friends.
1.
Remain.
3.
I do know that's an M. Night Shyamalan one.
4.
Okay. Panic Carefully.
2.
Godzilla X Kong Supernova.
Oh, 3.
An untitled fast film.
Oh, like Fast and the Furious?
I think so.
Not a movie about fasting. 1.
Bad Fairies.
No, 0.
Man of Tomorrow. That's Superman.
4. 3.
A Minecraft sequel.
Oh, you've got some.
I applied to be an extra, and it may have been accepted. I need to figure out. I need to wait to see.
If you're in it, 5.
Okay. Shiver.
3.
The Conjuring First Communion.
4, even though I haven't seen the last one.
The Batman Part 2.
4.
Margie Claus.
1. Ooh, what is? Wait, ooh, what?
I'm guessing it's Santa Claus's niece or something.
Margie.
Gremlins. A new Gremlins.
Oh, that's a good 3.5.
Lord of the Rings Hunt for Gollum.
3.
An Oceans prequel.
2.
A Nancy Myers film. Who's Nancy Myers?
I don't know who Nancy Myers is, but 2.
Te Amo! Exclamation mark.
Te Amo. Well,
Te
why
Amo?
do I know that?
I don't know.
Why do I know that?
That's like a Pixar movie or something, isn't it? No. Animated movie?
I feel that's a Maori.
Is it?
Te Amo. I think it just means love. I love you in Spanish.
Okay.
Sorry, all the Kiwis out there.
You excited?
No.
Okay. Oh, the Places You'll Go.
Oh, wait. Seuss.
Yeah.
1.
Dynamic Duo.
That's a 5.
Hello Kitty.
4.
The Lunar Chronicles.
Oh, I read those books. That's a 4.
What is that?
It takes by Marissa Meyer. It's a
Not Nancy
fantasy
Myers.
series, not Nancy Myers.
Okay.
It's a fantasy series that takes all the classic fairy tales but puts them in like a full-on sci-fi space faring world. Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, Winter.
They're making
Good.
Lunar Chronicles movies, Micah.
Animated. I think, yeah. Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Final Destination 7.
2.
The Revenge of La Llorona. It's another Conjuring movie. It's like the Weeping Woman.
Yeah, 1.
Evil Dead Wrath.
3.
A Baz Luhrmann film.
5.
Gladys, which is the Weapons prequel.
4.
The Flood.
5. The Halo movie? They made a Halo the Flood movie?
I am
all
It
in.
doesn't say Halo the Flood. Game of Thrones, Aegon's Conquest. Game of Thrones movie.
3.
And
when I watch Game of Thrones eventually, I'll be so stoked at that.
You're never watching Game of Thrones. And more to come. That's Warner Brothers' list.
I am 5 out of 5 for more to come.
More to come, I'm excited for too. I think CinemaCons is still on for another day or two, so there's sure to be many more announcements, but that's all the big ones that I saw, or all the interesting ones. There's some lame stuff too.
I'm stoked for this. More Godzilla is always good.
I'm stoked for Godzilla Minus Zero. I'm stoked for Grand Gear. I'm stoked for the Hunt for Gollum.
I'm stoked for Takashi Yamazaki.
I'm stoked for Te Amo. And I'm stoked for that rabbit plushie that is the first little teaser for the rabbit kaiju being the second monster in Godzilla Minus Zero.
Godzilla possessed rabbit.
Yeah. Oh. What if the little infection on the mom got on the rabbit doll?
Just becomes a little worm.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.